So I'm Anthony, and this is going to be my reflection on my capstone project so far. So I'm working with a team of six, and that's comprised of me, Duncan, Ian, Justin, Lindsay, and Mira. So, so here, first of all, this is our project in all its glory, the basic overview. So what my team is doing is we're working with TVA, and what we've been tasked with accomplishing is creating a system which at its core is an AI agent that will connect to TVA's Azure DevOps organization. And so it'll connect to a particular project, go into a particular sprint, and it'll extract stories within that sprint, user stories. And within the agent, we validate the stories through the invest model, which is just it's a way of ensuring that the stories are actionable and have are able to be worked on. And so once a story is validated, then we can go ahead and with the agent create a test suite in a Gherkin format, which is just the particular way that EVA likes to have them. It's more of a step-by-step test plan and less of a code-based test plan, if that makes any sense. And so if all goes well within the agent processing, that is sent back to the server and inserted back into the Azure test plans. And so what we're hoping for is a seamless integration with that. Now, TVA does plan on working with pretty much just a URL. They want to be able to hit a certain endpoint with the proper parameters. However, they do want a UI to possibly be delivered that will allow their less like savvy people to be able to work with the program as well. So my role within this project, the official role at least, has been backend engineer. Essentially, what I'm responsible for is setting up the server in the backend, the actual API, and connecting it to the agent, and then making sure that the agent knows what it's doing. I'm in charge of making sure the agent gets trained properly and can be called properly. So essentially, what we're going for is a seamless flow of data, making sure it's secure and it works as efficiently as possible, as well as troubleshooting and optimizing the performance once we have the system set up. So as far as the possibilities go, non-technical, I've been so far responsible for setting up team meetings. I've been getting that put together, making sure that we meet every so often to make sure that we're all on the same page so that we're not just within a group chat. And also, I've been the point of contact within the team, so I've been responsible for staying in contact with Professor Shi and with the sponsors. So it's been helpful making sure that we are communicating effectively and not having bottlenecks as far as communication goes. Another thing that I've created personally, something that I can show, is uh, is the process diagram, something that the guys at TVA had us create to essentially showcase the flow of what we're doing. So essentially, the user starts the whole flow. They will send the request for a particular sprint to be taken care of. Once they're validated, of course, we reach into DevOps. We invoke the agent. The agent will do its processing, and then whenever that's finished, the agent will send back all its analysis and cases back to the server, where the server will send that back to the user as well as insert it into DevOps if everything was validated correctly. So as far as our project status goes, um, it's been pretty slow setting up since we are working with the federal government here. We can work as fast as we possibly can. However, we are bottlenecked to the background checks that we had to complete. We spent quite a while, month and a half, I think, getting that taken care of and finally having everything set up. But my team has not been sitting idly by. We've been preparing with test plans, project plans. We've put together exactly how everything will be structured, and we're ready to implement it once we have actual access to the system. Well, actually, speaking of, we did just get access to the system. Just a few days ago, TVA finally approved us with their background checks. And um, this upcoming week will finally be within the actual code base. So we'll be able to implement everything that we've got planned out thus far. Now, for my team experience, so far, it's been great. I'm working with a great group of people. I'd say the workload has been pretty evenly spread out thus far. All the assignments have been turned in on time, and everyone is pulling their weight in this team. And no one's holding a unfair amount of work on their back. I'd say communication's been effective, and there's been no bottlenecks there, and everyone is ready to input wherever they can. So that's my team and my project so far. Thank you.